Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. It has been several days since I last recorded. Unfortunately, I just didn't feel motivated to do it, partially because I've just been not feeling all that great. But, anyways, because of that, this timed event is almost over and done with. Now, I did say at the end of the last video that I might end up doing this one, like, off camera. In the meantime, they actually added another timed event as well, so I basically got 3 timed events going on right now. And this one I actually looked up a little bit about right here. Apparently, this one works in a way where it's like 5 characters will appear on the map in different locations throughout the world, and then the next day they'll be replaced with 5 different characters, and so on and so forth. So I haven't been doing this at all, which means that I need to start doing this. I'm probably going to do this one off camera. Just because all it is anecdotes. You know, it wants me to talk to characters to get anecdotes. I don't know how interesting that'll be on camera, so I'm probably going to do that one off camera. That said, I am going to do this one right here. At least one stage of the domain or whatever on camera. So it says it's called Realm of Tempered Valor. Just as a hero's conquest knows no bounds, so too must their training forever go on. Hone your skills through endless challenges and never stop pushing your limits. Achieve a combined highest floor total of 100 in single player mode. That sounds interesting. As for this right here, I'm not sure about this yet. I may wait on this, but I'm definitely going to be doing at least one of these in this video, like I said. So if you have 12, 16, 20, 23, 25 seconds or more remaining when you're clearing a floor, you can skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors and immediately challenge a higher floor. When you reach floor 14, 15, 16, 17, 22, the numbers of floors you can skip will decrease to 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. How do they expect people to remember this stuff? I guess I'll just do it as I'm going along, but still. Anyways, start from floor 12 is what it's giving me the option for. I think I'll start from floor 1, though, because that's how you get the prizes for the other stuff, right? I mean, I could just, like, jump in and see if it'll actually give me the prize automatically, but I don't know. So let's start from floor 1, and just choose my usual team. So you have 30 seconds total each time, it says.
Take flight.
Oh, I didn't even think about the challenge complete. What? Wait a second, really? Oh, and I'm already at floor 6. Okay, that's interesting.
Yahoo!
Huh. And yeah, the enemies are already at... Okay. That is pretty interesting.
Time for takeoff.
I think... Oh, I chose to use that at the worst possible time, which is kind of funny. It's not like a really big deal or anything, it's just really funny that that happened. Yeah, sure, why not, right? I don't know. I don't think that,
Order guide you.
I don't think I needed the HP, but... Oh, there's 2 opponents on this floor. I wonder if the next opponent will appear roughly where this is. Oh boy.
Think you can get away?
Come on, die.
Take flight.
No, I ran out of time. Well, that is very unfortunate. Let me see what prizes I can claim for that. Okay, at least I got the Primo Gems, and that's usually all I really care about are the Primo Gems. That was actually really short. You know what? I'm gonna just complete this whole thing. Because, you know, that was way shorter than I expected it to be. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm actually going to start right from floor 12 because I have a feeling, just that small feeling, that it is going to give me the prize for winning. And if it does, that's awesome. I mean, because otherwise, it seems a little bit weird that they would allow you to start from higher floors like that, right?
Embrace the ice. Time
May
for
as well
takeoff.
gather these guys up.
Here we go. Yahoo!
I might actually be able to finish this one, unlike the previous one.
My apologies.
Because I got stuck at floor 12 the last time, yeah. I'm up to floor 13 now.
Think you can get away?
And,
Rest and rebuild.
oh wow,
Whirling
these things.
snow. Coming down to
That
us.
actually makes this pretty easy. Because these guys are kind of a pushover when you have Ayaka with you. Although this frog is giving me some a little bit of trouble. What the, oh my goodness. That was an awkward place for it to get frozen at. Not frozen, but petrified.
Embrace the
No!
ice.
Die! Oh well. That frog had way more HP than I was anticipating. Anyway, so yeah, it did give me the silver medal, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna wipe out all of these. I have to say, this might actually be my favorite version of one of these domain fight challenges that they've had.
Allow me.
Like, period, so far, because
Time for takeoff.
after a while,
Let's play.
going
Brace
through the
yourself.
challenges can get kind of dull and boring, but being able to just, like, skip right ahead to where you know you can get to is very, very nice. It's like somehow they knew that I'd be able to get to this point. And that time it took me up to stage 14, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Rest and rebuild.
Come on, you guys.
Embrace the ice.
Order guide you.
May as well get
Brace
rid of
yourself.
at least one of them
Take
before the
flight.
timer goes up.
Time for takeoff.
Darn
Water
it.
gliding.
Die already!
Whirling snow. Hold the
There we go.
line.
Unfortunately, I was not able to defeat this guy before the timer went up. It's funny, the first time I think I only got to stage 12, the second time I got to stage 13, and this time I got to stage 14.
Sakura
I don't know if I'm actually improving or I'm just getting lucky. You know, with the, like, right matchup of monsters to fight. I will say this, though. This guy had a lot of HP, just like that frog. This is a little bit annoying. Anyways, claim those, move on to the next. Here we go. Oh, it started me off at floor 1. Whoops. That was a little bit of a mistake, I suppose.
Rest and rebuild.
Okay. And I may have done that a little bit too soon. Oh well.
Solidify.
Come on. Up here already. Oh, I'm already on floor 13. That's funny.
Order guide you.
Allow me.
Okay.
Take flight.
This ought to take care of at least 2 of them. Well, it took care of 1 of them. How about that? Oh,
Here
wow.
we go. Time for takeoff.
Die already.
My apologies.
Sometimes I wish that Elemental Burst didn't take so long to come off cooldown. Because they can take a little bit. It's very unfortunate. Anyways, I only have 1 left. Wow. I just wanted to point out the reason why I started off on floor 1 was because I forgot to set it back to floor 12 at the bottom here. Anyways, it's not a big deal. And let's get this done. I am
Stabilize. This
absolutely
is order.
100% relieved that this was actually a really short domain timed event. I'm also relieved that it didn't have any story, because even though I like having the story, after a while it can get overwhelming to have nothing but story kind of events. I'm kind of curious about the fishing one now. I may end up actually checking that out in this video, just to see what it's like after I'm done with the stage. Oh wow, this guy almost got me.
Brace yourself.
Anyways, so claim the final 2 prizes right there, and then yeah, let's go check out that fishing one. So it's called Invasive Fish Wrangler. In waters south of Lumidos Harbor, you encounter a rather peculiar individual who calls herself an Unchained Hunter. She is currently in the midst of doing everything she can to contain an impending ecological crisis. So what I'm most likely going to do is I'm going to start this, maybe do like one of the fishing things or whatever, and then I'd probably end up doing the rest of them off camera. To be honest, it's been such a long time since I actually bothered with the fishing mechanic. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. But we will see how this goes, though. I don't have a single teleporter near that character. Well, that's annoying. Okay, I guess I've got to run all the way over there manually. Oh, this looks interesting. It's got like a little stage right there. Perfect. It looks like I'm all set. Put your back into it, Jala. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. You'll round him up in a few days. Round up? A poacher? Eek, a poacher in Fontaine! Does animal trafficking make so much money nowadays? Not on Paimon's watch. You're coming to the Mason Guardianage with us. Oh, come on, Paimon. That's an overreaction. Huh. It's you two. Okay, have we met her before? Well, sure. I just came from the Mason, in fact. Need me to show you the way? Good. I like straightforward people. Or maybe there's been a misunderstanding. Thankfully, Aether is smart. True, she's not scared by the thought of being arrested at all. She must be a regular offender. Or maybe I could be standing on the right side of the law, eh? More accurately, the Mason has hired me as a special environmental protection consultant, an unchained hunter. Specifically, I'm hunting invasive species of fish that have made their way into Fontaine's waters. Invasive species? That sounds familiar. What's that? Yeah, that does sound familiar, actually. I'm pretty sure it's from a different time event. Right, Paimon thinks we heard about something like that back in Mondstadt. Well, let's not dwell on the past. What matters is the here and now. These invasive species were let loose by some merchants who hold strange beliefs. Some of the fish are extremely aggressive, others reproduce incredibly fast, and others were raised on special feed. All told, they're a huge problem for all the local aquatic life. If these fish occupy the habitats of local creatures and mess up the ecosystem, Fontaine's water quality might be affected, blah. And what was up with that weird graphical glitch? Anyways, the impact on Fontainians' health might be something we'd only feel in the future, but the flavor of a drink like Fanta could change instantly, and that'll spell untold trouble for the economy. Fanta shall not fall, not today! Or, I don't really drink Fanta, but I understand its importance, yeah, sure. All this understatement makes the problem sound worse. We can't just sit back and do nothing. Now, we're old hands at catching fish, so why don't we help you out? Yes, I've been waiting for you to say that, and what's up with the weird graphical glitch that keeps occurring? I've already set up a capture zone into which we can lure all those invasive fish using bait. So it's time to start your stuff, Honorary Knight and Helper in White. As for me, I'll support you from the rear. Honorary Knight, isn't that what the people in Mondstadt call us? Is it just Paimon, or does she understand us really well? Yeah, she does. Kind of weird. Okay, so this sounds like it might actually be like a online thing, where you play with other players. How about it, Honorary Knight and Helper in White? Catching some pre-corralled fish should be as easy as, well, shooting fish in a barrel, right? Let's start fishing and cooking. You two look raring to go. Let's see what you've got. Okay, so... Yeah, you can either play in co-op mode with other people or play against other people. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. So let's go ahead and try this. I'm not sure how much of the... like I said, I'll probably only do one of these, right? And then the rest of them off camera. But I've got to see what the prizes look like, too. Well, here's hoping that this will be simple. Oh, wow. Okay, I get it. Ah, come on. Really? I think I get it. I'm supposed to throw multiple nets for these guys, right? Yeah. Okay, I've got to... Come on. Fail. It keeps telling us that we're failing. Oh, wow. Come on. Whoops. I hate these controls for aiming. I definitely don't like those controls, and I am actually doing really badly right now. Oh, I think I know why. It's because I'm not using the right types of nets. Yeah, okay, there we go. You're supposed to use different types of nets for different types of fish, right? Like the little ones right there, and then the medium ones for these guys. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Now that I understand that, it's a lot easier. It makes far more sense why I would fail to capture... Whoops. There we go. Do that for these guys. Okay. Now these little ones... Not sure how to feel about that. Whoops. Okay. So I gotta prepare this net for the big guy. Come on. There we go. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I really hate the controls for this. The aiming with the, it feels very slippery, and also, like, I'm used to reverse controls for up and down. As weird as that might sound. Anyways, I got the third most amount of points, and I got a score of 475. I don't know if that's good or not. Really, Zhongli? Really?
And those that come across.
Reward preview. So... there... What is this? Okay. Interesting. So it's furnishings for your teapot. Don't know if I really care about those that much, but I do care about this. Okay, yeah. So I am going to definitely do the rest of these off camera. There's probably going to be an afterward, though. What is this about? Oh, it's just letting me do that, yeah. So now it is time to do one last thing before I move on to the Archon Quest, which is I am going to go and see at least one of the characters for this. And so it's called Traveler's Tales Anthology Chapter. A new day in Tavad is about to begin. As you set off on your journey once more, pay attention to the whispers in the wind. Perhaps the breeze might bring you tidings from your friends. See out anecdotes by following the character markers on the map. So let's just do this very fast. So it shows you these characters, right? Now, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where Rosaria is, but it doesn't allow you to actually just, like, hop over to where they currently are. I'm just going to go ahead and teleport back to Mondstadt, because that is where she is. She's right there.
Could I trouble you to deliver this letter to Barbara-sama on my behalf?
No?
Please don't misunderstand. This isn't a private letter. It's an anthem that we of the fan club composed together.
I trust you remember the lyrics then.
Well...
If you can't learn to patch up the holes in your story, then you shouldn't lie at all. In any case, you picked the wrong person from the get-go. Get over here, Aether. I'm done with my assigned charity work. So, you did know I was there.
Charity work? Oh, please don't joke. If you really want to help me, then please enlighten me. I don't know how to express my feelings.
Is Barbara the only person left in your life?
Of course! I'd give anything for her. Body and soul. She's so wonderful and...
I don't really remember Albert at all, but then again, I haven't really been doing much in Mondstadt for a really long time. Stop right there. I don't have time for this. Let me break it down for you. Prayers, performances, healing the sick. That's just a tiny sliver of Barbara's life. As a member of her fan club...
I'm club president.
That's even more reason to do some soul-searching. Looks to me like your admiration is only skin-deep. Have you ever even thought of being more like your idol?
You mean that rather than having my eyes fixed on Barbara-sama all the time, I should go out and help people? And make them smile?
I think that's what she's saying. Yikes, you're giving me goosebumps. Go back and figure that out yourself.
Very well. Thank you, sister. I'll pass your words on to everyone in the fan club.
Don't tell them it was me. He's already run off, enthusiastically at that. What a pain. I'm not interested in going around helping people. I'll need a few extra stiff drinks later. But you did help him in the end. That depends on him, not that I care. Maybe you solved one of Barbara's problems too. Sure, that's a good thing at least. Looks like you're suited to being a sister of the church after all. I'd say you've gone above and beyond with your charity work this time. Ha! I was going to invite you for a drink at Angel Share, but it looks like you're drunk already. Better not let anyone from the church find out about this. It'll get in the way of my real job. Interesting. So, let's talk to her again before I leave. That took too long. Time to clock out. I have to admit... Oh, and Albert's right here. Sorry, I was just leaving. Oh, you're not a sister. Can I help? Yeah, goodbye. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I wasn't expecting there to be like a whole cutscene and stuff, especially with voices for that. From what I can tell here, there's probably going to be at least one more for Rosaria, and it's probably the same for all of these characters. They probably all have like 2 each. Who knows? I might still end up recording them, but I probably won't like include them in the next few videos. I may include them in a later video. It depends on how I decide to do it. But anyways, yeah. Let's move on to the Archon Quest finally. So it says to go to the Adventurers Guild in Natlan, which is exactly what we will do.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
I was about to say, I feel like I've been putting this off for a long while. And part of the reason why I was putting it off for such a long time was because I knew that once I started the Archon Quest, I wasn't going to really want to go back to doing timed event stuff. So in a way, I kind of found the right timing for it because I feel like I can definitely do all the fishing stuff off camera. And I finished that one with the domain pretty fast too, so yeah. As for the anecdote stuff, like I said, I'll probably record the interactions, but I won't like include them in any of the videos until later, probably. It depends on how I feel about it.
Ah, you two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land.
Now, when I last did the Archon Quest, it ended with somebody working, like, with the Fatui, and, specifically the captain guy, who I think is, like, the first Harbinger. And I was like, yeah, I recognize who this guy is that's, like, talking to the Fatui Harbinger. But, the captain guy. But I didn't want to say who it was, because even though I knew that who it was because of a timed event that I'd done, I was like, I don't want to spoil it just in case other people didn't recognize the voice. But I think we're going to be finding out very soon here. Maybe not in this video, but eventually here.
Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
That'll lead to a faster response time.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
But the threat of the Abyss is still far from over. But the less work we take, the less we'll earn. Yeah, let's choose the top option.
Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
I also hope the day of peace will come soon.
Huh? Is that the Traveler and Paimon? Hello, hello!
It's Kachina!
Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now? Yep. Now really isn't the time to stay home and recover anyway. I wanted to do something to help. I heard that the Pyro Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the more remote areas. So I came here to sign up.
Impressive, Kachina. Don't push yourself too hard.
I'll do my best. And also make sure to stay out of your way. The last thing I want is to add to your work. Oh, by the way, Shilonen told me that she was ordered to forge you an ancient name.
Cool.
She said that she's all set, and we can head over whenever we're ready. Wow, so we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names. Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Haven't we already met Shilonen? I think I did, like, during a timed event.
Shilonen is a true master. Not only can she forge ancient names, but also all sorts of new and fun things. She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate, so you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. In this case, though, she's completely cleared her schedule just to work with you. She wants to give your name her full attention.
Then we should properly thank her when we meet.
Well, I've already signed up as a warrior, so all I have to do for now is wait for my assignment. If it's okay, maybe we can go to see Shilonen together? She wouldn't turn me away, right? I mean, I hope she wouldn't. Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Everyone's so proud of you. You're the future of your tribe.
On second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a while.
Okay, Act 3 of the Archon Quest, Beyond the Smoke and Mirrors, right? So now it wants me to go to the Children of the Echoes. Or the Children of Echoes. She does look familiar to me.
Shilonen, I brought the person who needs an ancient name. He's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from him. I I can vouch that he's really worthy of a hero's name.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Maybe I haven't. I don't know. If I did, I don't know if she had a speaking role.
Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Archon didn't tell you?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Are you upset?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, right? They were talking about how it has something to do with the people of Natlan. Like, once their ancient names are forged, aren't they, like, not able to leave Natlan? Am I wrong about that? I don't know. It's been a little while.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
I've got plenty of deeds under my belt.
Yeah! I saw countless feats recorded in their adventure handbook. It felt like they could do anything.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, at least one of them was performed here in Natlan, right? Saving Kachina?
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
Really?
Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name.
Didn't we interact with the Wyab?
Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
So that's the first time I think I've heard somebody actually say the Pyro Archon's name. Mawika?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than it.
Wait a second.
Mawika.
Huh. Okay. I'm still, like, not completely sure how to say that, but...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
And part of the reason why is because my hearing is really bad right now. My right ear in particular is all messed up. Anyways.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Shilonen just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Maybe that's just how much she and the Archon trust each other.
Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special way to pull this off. If we really can't make it work, I'm sure we can still go back and talk to the Pyro Archon, right?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
Well, at least one of them should, right?
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough.
Would we need to gain the acknowledgement of all 6 Wyab?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Lali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Eatstali.
Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her Spirit Speaker Stone to find Kachina's ancient name.
Yeah, technically speaking, we haven't met them yet, or met her yet within the story. But we will soon.
A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in a room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
She probably won't be very happy with us.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
We destroyed the Spirit Seeker Stone or whatever, right? That's what they called it? Yeah, right here. It got destroyed when we were trying to find Kachina. Because the one guy also wanted to use it to find the other guy that had gotten lost.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her Spirit Speaker Stone being split into 2. Huh?
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Lali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh, let's ask Kanich to deliver the letter. He understands the whole situation and is already a familiar face to her. I'm sure hopes Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Great. Then I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Okay, then. So, can I talk to her again before I go? I don't see her around here. So, now they want us to go where? Oh, not too far from the Statue of the Seven. Kanich makes his way over after some time. We meet again. Kachina told me everything. I'll deliver the message to the Masters of the Nightwind and convince Lali to give you a chance. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be voiced. I'll also take a chance to explain what happened to the Spirit Seeker Stone and offer her an apology in return, or in person. Wait a second. Oh, I guess it's not voiced. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
It's alright. We're all working for the sake of the Pyro Archon's plan after all. Everyone here understands how dire the situation has become.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes. And then Moalani said that a ton of knowledge and memory suddenly flooded her brain. The Pyro Archon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the hero, as well as the current state of the Night Kingdom. Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
I have another piece of intel to share. We've pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Okay, are they actually going to tell us? His name is Auroran, yep. And he also hails from the Master of the Night Wind. However, he's spent most of his life living out in the wilderness by himself, away from the rest of the tribe. That's why his disappearance went unnoticed. By the time Lali finally realized that he was gone, no one had heard from him for quite a while.
knows him too?
That's right. Auroran was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of the Night Wind and many other kind-hearted people in his tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation his whole life. I read that as relationship, anyways.
Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Night Wind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
So yeah, Auroran was the guy that was talking to the captain, and I recognized his voice, but I wasn't, like, wanting to spoil who it was at that time. That's right. So in that sense, Auroran and Citlali actually have quite a bit in common, which is why they get along pretty well.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Auroran's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
As of now, we still haven't been able to confirm whether Auroran joined the Fatui voluntarily or if he was coerced. It's obvious that he was coerced, but that's just because of the fact that I already have interacted with him via that one-time event. Citlali is probably eager to prove that Auroran hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go to talk with her.
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran and the captain's whereabouts?
Yes, if you're all on board with the idea, then it becomes a mutually beneficial collaboration, rather than just a one-sided request. Even though I don't think Citlali is the kind of person to turn down an order from the Pyro Archon, working together with us will help her focus and not get distracted by the whole Auroran situation. Good idea. This way we can get two birds with one stone.
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speakers down.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke Nietzsche. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Sure, I'll head out right away.
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as well. There's still a few things I need to pack.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Cool. So now I have to wait until the day after tomorrow. It's time to meet up with Sheilanen. Let's ask her how things have been going. That's what Paimon's saying. Anything else to say, Paimon? Or should I just continue on to where Sheilanen is? Sometimes these little bits of dialogue that pop up from the characters glitch out. They get stuck like it is right now. So that's been up for quite a while. You know, let's just talk to Sheilanen.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Citlali did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanich a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's go!
Okay, so off to the stadium we go. You arrive at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. As expected, Citlali is not there.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
My guess is that the Fatui are using Auroran against Citlali right now. Like, they're threatening to hurt him or whatever, unless she cooperates with them, and that's why she hasn't appeared.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
I can tell.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with.
Have we ever seen Paimon used that gesture before with her arm, like she's flexing her muscle. That was interesting.
Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Oh, Paimon, please shut up.
You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
I'm just gonna do that very fast.
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Huh?
Wait, you're Seat Lolly? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
Okay.
You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well,
Actually,
don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
that looks like quite a bit of makeup. But we have met somebody though that was pretty old that looked, pretty young in Sumeru. I think she first appeared in Sumeru. I forgot her name though. She's one of the playable characters though. Anyways.
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
And you were complaining about the Pyro Archon leaving things out.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
Sure, okay.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Huh.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that, your case seems really unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." Besides, just showing up is the most important part. No? But, of course, it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me.
My guess is she was busy reading something and lost track of time.
At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology.
What
Only
the?
to hear you all talking smack about me.
Oh my days. She didn't finish that. But still, what the? What is up with that look? That is weird.
Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Well, this is awkward.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Sure. Is she waiting for us to carry on the conversation? Everything she's saying sounds like a joke, but I'm not sure if I should laugh. Would it be rude to laugh? Or even more rude not to laugh? I don't know, it seemed pretty serious to me, but okay.
When the Masters of the Night Wind said they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
Sheila then explains the Pyro Archon's request as well as the difficulty
I
she's
see.
something.
So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first.
So it's pronounced Mawika, I think. Anyways, request as well as the difficulty she's encountered. Okay, that's what it said.
And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
We'll know once we find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
Okay.
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet, again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. O weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Excuse me, what was all that supposed to mean?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo!
What was that?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Okay.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Thank you.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
I'm sure we can.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
Okay then.
Alright, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for clues.
Oh, really? Okay.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids,
Phlogiston.
which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time.
I've been calling those phlogistons or whatever this whole time, but it's phlogiston. Okay.
And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house. that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him?
It's what they want with you, right? It's not really so much him as you.
That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on us!
All right, then let's start by heading to where Auroron was seen last.
Okay then. And we will do that in the next video. Before I end this video though, I'm going to do some stuff. So the first thing I want to do, make some wishes. I'm not sure if I have Wriothesley or Farina, so I'm going to just go with Farina here. I have enough wishes to make at least 22. And there's a copy of Chungyun. So let's keep this going. Actually, I shouldn't immediately skip, because if I do happen to get Farina, I want to listen to it. Oh, is that a copy of Mika? Yeah, I think that's a copy of him. Do I have enough for another 10? Yeah, sure. So, unfortunately, so far I have not gotten what I want. Let's do another, like, 4 wishes, I think. And unfortunately, that is all the wishes that I can make, unless I go out of my way to get these, which I could very fast. Yeah, let's do that, because I can also get this too. Because I kind of want to see if I can actually get her. And there we go. I got Farina, but it was only a copy. Still, a copy of a 5-star character is pretty good, right? So let's make the remaining wishes on Wriothesley's. And unfortunately, I did not get lucky enough to be able to make another wish on his. Let me see. Do I have enough to be able to claim any more? Yeah. I can make 2 more wishes. At least on Wriothesley's banner. And unfortunately, just weapons. That makes sense, though. So I can make 13 wishes here. So I'll start with 10. And see if we get lucky. Nope. Unfortunately, just a bunch of weapons. And a copy of Kuki Shinobu. And some more weapons. Okay. So there we go. That is pretty much done right there. Actually, I might be able to make some more wishes. Let me see very fast. Oh, I have enough for 2 more of these. And enough to get 3 more of these. So yeah, let's go ahead and make even more wishes. There are a lot of wishes I can make this time. So it just makes sense to keep going for it. Just weapons for his banner. A copy of Kachina. And some more weapons. Okay, there we go. I think that that's finally it. Let's go ahead and just do this very fast. Claim that. And that stuff. And add those characters, you know, like the copies to the things. So I'm gonna hold off on Bennett's, because I don't know if they if it's still like a bad thing to upgrade his constellation to max or not. That said, I can focus on the other characters. There's a lot of characters. Mika and Layla. I never did Layla's. Kuki Shinobu. Oh, she has multiple. And then, who's this? Kirara, okay. And that is Candace. Farina. So what does this one do? When using Let the People Rejoice, Farina will gain 150 fanfare. Additionally, Farina's fanfare limit is increased by 100. Okay, I don't know enough about Farina to know if that's like a really good thing or not, but I'm sure that it probably is. And here is Auroron. I actually, that's what he looks like. In case y'all forgot, this is the guy that we're going to be looking for. Anyways, let's go ahead and upgrade both of those, and there we go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Next time I play, I will be continuing the Archon Quest. I intend to do this completely off camera, although if there is an afterward, I will start the next video off with that. And I may even show some of this stuff that I've recorded off camera. But if I do, it'll probably just be like one of them before I immediately go on to the Archon Quest. Because like I said, I'm going to be recording these, but not necessarily immediately adding them to the videos. At least not all at once. But I'll eventually get all of them done. Like added to the videos in the future. So, what is this about? There's some kind of prize that you can get for, a name card style. I might end up trying to aim for that as well. If possible. I don't know if I can actually do that or not. Because it requires you to get up to 100, like a combined total of 100 for all the stages in order to claim that. And I don't even know if I really care enough about the name card styles. What those are, just to give an example, is you can change your name card from, like, different things. If you look on the right there, I currently have the Paimon one, so that way you can see at the top there where that little image of Paimon is right behind like my adventurer rank and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I should end the video now, so thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time when I continue the Archon Quest. Bye bye.